Righty. All right. Welcome everybody to our call. Lightbody Love presents DAO Villages. We have a lot of things to talk about today, but I try to keep it as short as possible. So I'm asking everyone to really take some moments, some times to close your eyes, to really be present with yourself, with this moment of allowing to take in new information. And we share a lot of them, but I think with full presence and openness, there will be a beautiful energy of receiving and giving. So I'm excited for that. My intention for today is to share valuable information and to move on from this point as one united force, as one united power into the same direction. Because there's a lot of things going on right now with Facebook launching, changing to Meta. And right after that happened, I got invited through a friend, Raymond Powell. I don't know if he can make it on the call, but he'll definitely listen to the recording. He invited me to a summit in Malibu. And it was called Post Meta. And I was like a beautiful Farzan, if you are in the call, he was the organizer of that event. And I was just, running into that event, and I knew that, like always in my journey, I'm always just guided to be at the right place at the right time with the right people. Right? If you fully thrive and flow, and you have faith that every moment leads you to the perfect moment, then that's probably where you end up, at the place of super geniuses and in the technology crypto world, and with everything that is going on right now. And it's very exciting for me to share. So let me just go right in. I will start share screen. I like to use Canva. Simple tool to create quick presentations based on your thoughts. And actually, by creating a presentation, I realized that every thought can literally become a presentation, and a presentation can become a whole project in itself. And so I'm excited to share. So for everybody who doesn't know me on the call, my name is Mark. I came to America right before COVID, right before the storm happened. And for me personally, it was a very interesting journey arriving in Ojai, California, from where I'm speaking right now. To be on a journey with a background of having a crypto mining farm in Sweden. I was mining Bitcoin and Ethereum like crazy, ruining the planet, not knowing what I'm doing, making a lot of money, was able to travel the world, but then decided to, right before COVID, to come to the US. And then I kind of like got stuck here beautifully, because that gave me my spiritual awakening, if you may wish, and my whole perspective of how I approach life changed. Because the more, even if we are innovating the most incredible technology, if we're not changing ourselves to be able to tune in with that environment that we are creating, then we're just creating new buildings, new technology, and people are still upset, angry, and feeling bad. And we do want to put the health and wellness industry as a frontliner. So what that means is, whatever technology we are innovating, or whatever comes together through geniuses, we do need always the remembering that it's about human connection. It's about preserving the earth. It's about taking care of this beautiful electromagnetic field that is surrounding us. And our job is to just take care of it, harmonize our frequency, and tune it with it. So, because what is happening right now? Okay, let me just get through some of those topics here really quick. Or let me share a little bit about Lightbody Love. So Lightbody Love is my health and wellness company. We're doing retreats and ceremonies and events all over America. We are preparing right now the Golden Age Caravan. We're basically traveling to all the different places and communities to spread awareness and love and share basically the new movement, the new lifestyle. And we have an incredible team, and we had yesterday a beautiful call and presentation of just like the new updates, and you can listen to it. It is on YouTube. So I was recording that yesterday of where we are going, and it's really beautiful to look at. But today there is mainly what we want to talk about is how we can ground this esoteric vision that we have in creating a new sustainable world that has not really to do anything with the old world, which is falling apart. And I was talking a lot about love and light. People were not really listening to me, just a few. I was talking about health and wellness. There are some people, of course, interested. They love jumping in, but there is not so much ROI, so we can't really make that really happen. So then, after the last retreat, I kind of like got to the point that in order to ground this vision, we need to work with real estate, with land and energy. Energy is for me finances. So when we talk about land and energy, that's where for me comes in the DeFi network, where we are talking about decentralized finances, where we are talking about creating our own NFT and being able to have fractal ownership of all the land created in once. All right. If we look about villages, it's just simply a real estate fund for connected stewardship. Okay, a network of collected resources to create a regenerative global village that is interconnected and interacts as one ecosystem, mirroring nature. Because what we are really trying to figure out is how can we, as human beings, mirror nature in an organized, coordinated way, right? Because I believe that our being is meant to cooperate, collaborate with other human beings and act as one organism. Because that's what we see everywhere in nature. The fungi network, the mycelium network. Everything is interconnected. Everything is one connected being. And it's right now the time to step into that knowing and to become part of that, of the already existing ecosystem called Earth, and to just know how to tune in our frequency and adapt the technologies that we're going to talk about into that. Rather than Mapes is joining. It's beautiful. And so once again, a team of unique individuals right now all over the world. That's what I see is happening. A team of unique individuals are uniting together to take the lead on creating a foundation for a new paradigm. That is, I believe the future is fully, we are the future. Okay. The majority, the matrix world, let's put it that way, will view us very soon as actually the future, because we come with this technology and connectivity of understanding that we're actually just stewards, right? We're actually just stewards and preserving land or preserving the electromagnetic field, right? But the paradox with it is that we are selling fractional ownership, right? there's this weird paradox happening where let me just mute then. Love you. Thank you so much for joining. And once again, we see it very clearly. We see it very clearly with Facebook and Meta now, and the metaverses, and that right now it's really just about who owns the data. Okay, are we preparing together right now to prepare a system, right, to prepare those metaverses, like this one specifically, the DAO villages. So imagine you have a land. Okay, just to explain that really quick. So imagine you have a land, you're a landowner, when you're holding a vision for your land, okay? Then you can share that vision. And based on that vision, we are creating with digital art, that world in a digital space. And it's called the verse, called metaverse or holoverse or umsoverse, however verse you want. And you create that. And then you let people already buy into that virtual space, which will become an actual physical space, right? So we are painting the future of our world, and then in the virtual space until it becomes physical. I believe that's how we actually fully merge the virtual reality, which we are actually already in one, right? We are in a virtual reality, creating now another virtual reality in this endless spiral of expansion, to actually fully understand that that's, I think, just our evolution, that we need to create that first, the virtual aspect, to remind ourselves that we actually already know and are able to create those worlds just through thought. And that's what I'm very grateful for technology, because it shows us really the way. It shows us that nature is technology, right? So that we don't have to create any separation on any that matter anymore. By understanding science is spirituality, technology is nature. It's all interconnected. It's all one. And I think it will come to a point where it will become whatever DAO villages, or it will become meta villages, if Mark Zuckerberg is getting open for a collaboration where everybody owns his own data, because there is just a win-win for everyone. Or we will create it by our own, probably with Holochain, with that amazing group, and then maybe it will be called Holo Villages, right? I'm just super not attached to the name and brand. I'm always about collective effort and intention in really sharing what makes the most sense, because we aren't just painting a new story, a new picture. So we never really owned anything. Let's remember our position is steward Mother Earth in the right direction. Yeah, I think I said already enough about that. I mean, yeah, we do own, but we don't really own. It's a whole paradox in itself, which is, I believe, important to understand, to really understand our position of how we are approaching this. And Michael, Nana, Samson, Dan, everybody in the call is his own universe in itself. We should have all the freedom to fully express ourselves into one verse, into one universe, into one metaverse, and to own your information, or have the feeling that you own it, because that's basically, when it comes down to it, that's actually really when it comes down to what we are actually talking about. Stewardship, ownership. Again, it's actually the same thing. So one of the aspects would be, we would regenerate. The regeneration of the planet is needed, especially after the pollution destroying with the soil and the infrastructure, and to have just a regenerative movement, so that with hardly intention we can flower back to life, to expand into a world of green and nature, and like the expansion of beauty is, yeah, it happens through regeneration. And we have the right partners for that. Kiss the Ground in the front line, doing an amazing job, creating on Netflix a documentary about how to regenerate the soil and the planet, and it's really amazing. Then, of course, preserving nature, animals, and all living beings, only to build harmony with nature, preserving the land with indigenous wisdom and locally environmental resources, right? It always shows, I live in Ojai, it's already like kind of like an eco-village in itself. It's always about doing, buying things locally, supporting the local market. So, and it's important to know that, because also when we create that virtual world of a village, it should be also even that intention put into the forefront, that we do buy local, supporting the people who are helping creating this and not sourcing it from outside. Then combining deep understanding of modern science and spirituality shows that nature is technology, utilizing technology with clear intention to support humanity in tuning with nature. Discovery, so we will come to a point where we are collaborating in that bigger scale, that we will just discover so many beautiful new innovations. So the beauty of collaboration is beyond measure. You can't measure it, because it's because I'm sharing with you guys something that I have within myself. And if someone else, that's how I operate, has a better plan for the collective, I'm going with it, right? I'm super not attached to my own creations. And with that understanding, we can always bounce on each other. So, and now we go to the more interesting part. It's open source. There you go. So beauty that I saw right now is like, okay, Decentraland, whoever knows about Decentraland, right? They are creating already a virtual world. You can play within that, but it doesn't really back it up with any real assets. So by creating a global village where everyone can buy fractional ownership of all the villages created, we can back it up through the real estate assets, right? So it's for me the way right now to ground the vision completely into the earth. It's like actually grounding heaven on earth, right? Because we all can be part of it. We all build on one new infrastructure through the NFT world and everything that's now possible with the technology. It's very clear in my perspective where our direction should go right now. And if you look at One Community Global, maybe you guys want to take some screenshot, or I can share you guys this these links, but these are communities, open source, that have been creating different kind of infrastructure blueprints with incredible designs and very sustainable already. And there are many more coming up. And the beauty is that now that we do understand the power of open source and that other people build on that, if we just simply combine the fractional ownership, NFTs, it's a no-brainer. For me, it's really a no-brainer. Because I come from the real estate crypto world, and before I came to the US, and it's just like now for me going full loop back to to my roots basically. And if I can show you guys also some of those websites, they're amazing collaborators, people that already shown that that's what I'm showing you right now works. Lofty.ai, you can already buy fractional ownership with $50. Decentraland again shows that the virtual world is booming. Yeah, for me personally, by looking on those links and projects, you will get the bigger picture understanding of why it's time right now to put our collective energy and intention in building this platform building that infrastructure, creating that crowdfund together in one pool to build this new world. What we need is manpower. We need a lot of people, but we have powerful people in our network right now. We need resources, budget. I would get later to that. Yeah, we need time to build it, and support partners from everywhere. That's what we need to make this a huge success. And I'm sharing actually something that is totally in the collective. It holds the collective vision. It's basically, like I was in Asheville, for example, Asheville or Homestead, and there are everywhere communities who want to create a new eco-village, or want to create a retreat center, or wants to get more into that space. So to have one platform that unites them all is kind of like what we are talking about. And our budget is, I have to go big with this, because otherwise it doesn't make sense for me. We have to talk about unlimited energy, unlimited abundance, until we're not talking about a win-win system where everything is fully provided, where we're simply just in a game collecting coins to expand and to upgrade our avatar, and where the basic needs all over the world are met, right? So, and because nature is so abundant with food, energy, and water, and the land in itself is what is backing us, right? So it's already there, right? But we have to work with the mindset of humanity, of understanding that you're actually, if you own a land, or you believe you own a land right now, what are you doing with it, right? There are so many landowners that nothing is happening. There is zero, it's not preserved, it's just used for profit. But if we have an unlimited abundant system, we will not use things anymore for profit. And technology is the way to get there. That's what I truly believe. And then the resources will be used to purchase land from those who are owning it. So that we can actually say that nobody owns it and we all own it then at the same time. Or also in form of an exchange, right? If somebody has a land, he can exchange it and can receive our token. And the development, and then and money will be again used for development, right? So buying and development, that's simple. Project goals, one of them is for sure to have that portal of abundance, a fund, a pool of resources to be able to just spread it out wherever it needs to go, and to create that world for developing, for preserving the land for the players, right? So that they are able to have all their resources met. And if you are on the land and you start building on it, and you start farming or growing food, or like building, you will always receive as a reward tokens, right? And there's still more people joining. And then the third thing is the end product for the user, right? And I just called it for now playground. Again, not attached, because it just looks like that we're going from a battlefield into a playground, and we all become players, or reminding each other that we are a player in a game, and that platform that will be linked, right? Like a timeshare. You can imagine it like a timeshare, that you can just go to all these places and look at your application. Okay, that's where I can go, where you're not only connected again in the metaverse, but you're also connected in the physical form. You can always go to the places that are physically really being created, and can again support over there, and then you get another reward token. And yeah, we do have an example, a digital blueprint of one eco-village established in Brazil. I have brother Pablo sharing with us a few words and a little presentation on his end on the current model in Brazil. But I will get to you, Pablo, in a second. One of the major facts is what we need is the VR, AR, XR technologies to visualizing the space, to fully experience it in the Omniverse. I'm playing around with the verses. Share your vision and we build it based on your imagination, right? So we are basically just providing a platform that everybody can build in his own digital verse. And if you have a physical land, it can be also physically built. And our major facts for sure is to secure our ownership and data, and that's again very, very, very interesting right now, seeing that the same technology can be used for owning all the data or not owning all the data. So it just goes like back and forth, and some people don't even really care anymore. They just want to see it happening all over. I can share my personal thoughts later in the Q&A about all different things. But yeah, and so after we establish that, own our own data, know that we are in position and in power, then the new ecosystem is born. Participation in building a new world that is accelerating through collective effort into infinite possibilities of collaboration based on unity consciousness, right? Yeah, through generation, a win-win situation for the global community. Yeah, keys to success is our partners, for sure. People who are now starting saying yes, and the more yeses we get, the more powerful we become, right? And it's a beautiful rediscovery for me, truly, to master, I would say, to master the human interconnection. Because the more we understand ourselves, nature, and the human interconnection, then we understand partnership. Okay, then we really understand how to be in integrity, defining values, and then we share it with the community. We have the right partners, set our values, create a community based on that, with a huge access to new healthcare and education. And how we make that happen is through the unique token model that I'm gonna share in a little bit, to become part of it, right? And here you see a little graphic, and I would like for Pablo to continue here. And if you want to share your screen to share the model that you guys created already in Brazil, then I will make you a host quickly. So I'm making you a host, Pablo?
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
All right, hold on. Make host, and then just change me back to host, please.
Okay.
Now you're a host.
I will not take you long on the presentation. I think Marky points are way valid than just present the model of the community. But that's a community which is happening in Brazil. In Bahia, we are 19 families at this moment. We're gonna be 25 families as the founders of the community. This project was a blueprint made inside of the permaculture project of Stephen Brooks. Is a famous person in permaculture now. He changed a lot what we know about Costa Rica and insert new models. So was made a study as well in the land of flow patterns for the water. So we can have that as a base source to work with. Because after all, we as a community, we are based on water, and coincidentally or not, synchronistically, we came from Burning Man. And in Burning Man, we have an outer piece, which Vini is one of the creators. He's in this call, Vinicius Luis, with Daniel Strickland. And this is a structured water art piece. So that brings us to a new other helm of what arts can look like. Besides the beauty, can definitely generate value as a purpose project, for example, into a land and creating a structured water lake. So that's what we are gonna do here. This lake in the land here, gonna have the altar working on it and structuring the lake for the streams of outside of the land. So coming back to the main river and giving this good water to the land, not just in our land especially, but in the whole surround area. Three principles I think are really important. The structured water, because we already know how the structured water impacts in the molecules. So in our body is really a big difference. But when you go to the environment, we have a few studies already conducted in that. So we have more production of food, we have less disease, we have more shelf life, we have more nutrients, and we have more flavor profile. And of course, associating that into the digital world, because is a big piece of getting unity. So we can communicate with each other. We can start this transaction about problems and solutions. And we also can fortify these other communities, which are growing from 0 point. For that, we have three principles. The water is the first one. The second one is the inoculation of mushrooms, which already got proven by post statements as one of the most powerful tools we have to regenerate soil. A big important part as well. So we are working with soil, have been really just in the taking process all the time. And now finally we get it, the opportunity to give him back in abundance. And instead of creating an economy which is giving out, is grabbing out of the soil, is actually giving back and creating a green economy. So we are a full circle process. We are giving right now credits of carbon, so people can receive money for X amount of land they have. They have a proportional value they receive annually to keep that place beautiful, green, and all of these. But what about rain collectors? What about cycle water? What about medicines, nature medicines, foods, real foods? And those are all the green economy which are gonna come with this new platform of society and communities. I don't want to go really long on that. Like I'm gonna pass back to Mark, but I'm here open for any questions and looking forward to have a deeper conversation about it.
Thank you, Pablo.
Of course.
If you can make me back those things, bro. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. So thank you, Pablo, again for that. And so he can also show you like on a later point, or whenever you are ready, Pablo, to share that piece where you do give the people a little experience in that eco village world that you guys already been created, because that's totally one of the models that we want to show in the future. Okay, what's up here? I'll put this slide here. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. So And then the user app, the user application, as I said, I would call Playground. It will be fully gamified with live reward contribution in real time, world tournaments with innovation, educational purposes, fully connected, harmonized with nature and virtual XR technology, creating your avatar, how you guys saw it before, as your higher self, who is basically educating your current self, which is again paradox for me, to become that higher self, right? And it's totally scalable. You know, all the property places. You know, it can be eco villages, hotel spas, retreat centers, new architectures that can be individual buildings that are backing the coin that people created. So it really goes unlimited in building and letting all the artists and beautiful architects, like I see here a huge collaboration with architects and art designer, really like merging together and painting the new future of buildings, right? Which is very exciting. The project stages is right now we are in the station where we just collect the data, right? Like who are the exact open source, how many community or how many community everybody gathered so far, and then bringing all those data together, start organizing and coordinating, which is already happening, and it's beautiful to see. And some are already in the development phase, but we want to now support them with this project, right? Also for those who are already in that space and already building, we want to collaborate. We want to just put them all together in one application where they can.
Sorry about that, Juana. Oh, I kind of blew it.
Hi, Cher. Thank you for.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I didn't know I was off.
Okay.
Sorry.
And yeah, and until we start the implementation process to have the vision to a step-by-step plan from digital to physical, right? I hope you guys can understand the way I'm trying to present it, that we're actually just mirroring nature, create a virtual world with it, with that pure health and wellness spiritual intention, and then we are creating that into the physical, right? And through that we ground the vision, and then we will just preserve and improve everything that we have, and unlimited possibilities for collaborative effort, for new inspirational ideas, right? The timeline that I see right now, like right at this moment, we are forming the team, the group. Whoever wants to, be as a frontliner and want to take this project to become fully reality. Pre-seed funding is right now the option. I will give some options in a little bit. And then starting the ICO pre-sale in January, we're working on a white paper for this one, or how Holochain calls it, green paper. And then starting the pre-sale in January. And I still feel I would build this on Holochain, even if I would do the ICO pre-sale, will be built on Ethereum or Solana, and then still swapping to Holochain. Holochain is, the easiest way for me to explain it is the holistic approach of blockchain. Because the truth is, I know a lot of people here maybe might even disagree with me, or maybe agree, there are so many projects, cryptocurrencies, ideas out there that have zero value in the crypto world. Who agrees with me on that? Like, they have zero value backing the project, but they raise millions and billions of dollars, crowdfund money through hype, through whatever. And with what we have, it's real asset, a real value backing the project. And just through that even understanding and knowing that holochain, for example, that I know those people personally, right? So I that gives me more like the security, I would say, or a better feeling that I have someone physically to talk with that is building that, rather than just building it on I don't know blockchain, right? There is not actually a real human behind it. So yeah, so for me, my perspective in April, that's kind of the trajectory for holochain, to build it on Holo, and then in September, yeah, getting already out with with a better version for family and friends and expanded community to try that the platform, that blueprint, and then yeah, and then in December we can already, like in a year from now, we can already be, you know, a competitor, quote unquote, with the meta, and then it will be interesting. Is what I'm saying. Then it will be interesting of yeah, who owns the data, the meta, or we all for ourselves, right? So that's kind of like the timeline that I see. And we do have a contribution plan, simply defined, but it has to be even more extended. I don't know, I call it spirit token. Still, I'm still open to change it until we actually code it, until we actually really, you know, right, nail it down, which we are intending to do after this call here. So one of them is resources. To buy a community pool for 0.5 Bitcoin would be approximately 32,000. I know Bitcoin dropped again. And to already buy ownership, right? To be a pre-seed funder, to join, and it's all scalable. I will give on a future slide some more scalable opportunities. Then if you have a land and you believe and it resonates for you what I'm sharing, then yeah, we can talk about it, of how that looks like for you, to exchange your land for tokens. You basically sell partly ownership, but you keep it, and you give other people the opportunity to buy fractional ownership and to build with you on the land. If you're a builder, a farmer, or how I call path advisor, then that's all for physical contributions. Like path advisor would be like a therapist, like a guru or whatever, a coach, somebody who's doing educational practices with people. Facilitator can be also on the path advisor. Builder, farmer, path advisor, physical contribution on the land, so that the organism can be built and able to thrive. So only for physical, real people being on the land, we're actually getting work done, right? Even if on the virtual world we can create it, right, for technology. So then we need the left brainer very much, the data collection for sharing and innovation, to organize and compromise the data, to harmonize it in connecting with matching data, to secure new models and innovation. So that organizes data and knows with who to plug it into, right? Because there are many people are interested in doing certain things, and to just have them organized and coordinated and communicated for fast efficiency and clear communication is the key, actually. Yeah, alternative contribution strategies. So right now, we're offering different ways of contributing or becoming part. One of them is, for example, purchasing Holochain, Holo Fuel. Holo Fuel is the coin that Holochain will launch. They're right now backed with HOT token, who is listed, I think, I don't know what, I think 70 or something, number 70 right now in the coin market cap. The prices are dropping. But there's so many projects. They're really nice, beautiful, but there's so many also here that doesn't make any sense. So there it is. So one way is that we're offering 10% discount of buying holo fuel. Again, that is the HOT that you can buy on any exchanger. But if you believe in the technology and you are looking forward building your own applications on holochain or are part of DAO villages, then it's a good investment to invest in HOT, because the more applications you build on a network, the bigger it goes, like it grows. So that's something that we offer for now, minus 10%. Then becoming a pre-seed contributor and secure your seed on the table and to help navigate the ship into the right direction. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my computer here. And then community pools, right? 0.5 Bitcoin would be one community pool. You can gather funds to buy one of that pool. Okay, reload. That's interesting. And let me refresh it really quick. And yeah, so there are different community pools and different ways to become part of. And let me just, interesting, just dying here. Where are we? Because we are almost there. Then I'm showing you two more slides. I'm gonna speed it up here for a second. And yeah, then we have different, 0.5, 5 BTC, 50 BTC, max per person, 100 B. Look, this combining the gaming industry in forefront with health and wellness, building the eco villages that holds and backs up the vision. We will be talking about $1 trillion industry. I know it's very hard to understand, but the people in the crypto world can understand it, because when we talk about unlimited and abundance, it is going beyond measure. And yeah, so, and then as an exchange, you can offer also your skill set and time to receive tokens, contract and secured with the launch of DAO Village. Okay. Some of the partners and collaborators that we're counting on to make this a success, and we're inviting more to join. We will be sharing the health and wellness front and like the education on Lightbody Love Instagram. We're starting a Telegram group for the DAO villages and for the gamers on Reddit for the playground application. For now, we have myself, David Flade. He's an amazing real estate broker in Beverly Hills, and there's a lot of heart and passion to move this project forward. Pablo Santos, thank you so much, founder of the UMSO model. He shared a little bit of what he got. He has much more. And brother Joseph, who is, has a beautiful network in a lot of industries. Yeah, and who else wants to join? And before I'm ending the presentation, thank you so much for listening and being present. But I do want to share three more slides on a separate presentation to give you guys just the bigger perspective that I hold in myself. Because one thing is that real estate aspect, again, everything that I just shared. But to really unite and to create a world or something that is so beyond right now, even for me talking about it, but I see it already in reality happening. We have to learn even more to connect the dots so that we can come to this united power. Okay, we believe that there's so many people doing this already, so many people, but they're actually not. If you look at the world population, 8 billion people, there is maybe 1% or less than 1% are even talking about what we are talking about. Okay, but it feels for us because of excitement. Oh yeah, I know people in Tulum, I know people in Costa Rica, in Brazil, all over the place where people are doing that. But they're most of the time maybe a few hundred, a few thousand, maybe 10,000. That's nothing. And that's why I'm always saying, understanding each other's puzzle piece will actually create that collaborative world and vision. So what is your piece and how does it fit together? I really want to share 3-4 slides with that, and then I'm silent. I appreciate you guys listening because it takes a lot to listen, and then I want to answer questions. So I believe there is like one sacred timeline that we can all envision or like focus on or intending to achieve. And how it looks like for me right now is like we are in a situation where the old story, everything religious, even that was written in books, okay, every model that was explaining an old way of living is falling apart, in my point of view. So I call it, however, Babylon is falling, end of story. So if the old story ends, then a new story begins, right? So and the new story begins with the present moment, with everyone present and are choosing to do that, okay? Are choosing to be the bridge to this, to the old reality into the new one, okay? So, and now we're in a station where we are establishing that leader team. That's how I see it. Until the end of the year, that's what's going to happen. And to rediscover, and then to rediscover a collective strategy. That we say, okay, those are now the players. They all want to write a new story. And they're all my brothers and sisters. We connect with each other. We understand each other's piece. We honor ourselves. We are ready because we are integrated and we embodied living in community. Okay, because you can't actually mirror a blueprint that you haven't really embodied yet, right? So then 2022 until 24, that's my trajectory. Look, if we are faster and quicker, because things are moving so quick, that maybe it's even earlier. But there is my perspective, implementation time until 2024. That's when the new political story again gets very interesting. And Elon Musk wants to go to Mars, also very interesting. So that's kind of like the same timing, 2024, where I do see a new story collective, right? With collaboration and success. So that's a timing that I see right now. And for us to get there, having that legal structure, secure taxes, offshore companies, this and that, with crypto and real estate, I have the right legal team for that. His name is Professor Greg Hampton. I love you. He will listen to that recording. He knows exactly what's happening. And finding that legal infrastructure so that nothing can sabotage it, ruin it, or whatever. So we need, of course, technology, legal, and tax. Then the ultimate alliances, the pieces, the dots, the ecosystem, right? That's the ultimate alliance. We have to have that piece ready. When we have that piece ready, we go into the marketing, to the story. Okay, so what is the new story that we are sharing? After that, we're basically just stewarding the land, changing, innovating, enjoying until we do enter a world of unlimited possibilities where I see only two things in forefront. In a way, you're innovating something new, you're a creator, you're innovating something new, or you're educating, you're facilitating something, right? Psychologically or spiritually, emotionally, or physically. And so that's kind of like only section in the future that I will see happening: innovation and education. That's something very interesting, and I because of mainly this slide, just for this slide, that is so powerful if everybody understands this slide here, because each one of those people, each one of those projects, like for example, let's go to order and governance.
By the way, Mark, we're not seeing your slide.
Oh, you don't?
No, you need to share screen, I think.
Oh wow. Oh, so you guys haven't seen my slides before?
Since the moment when broke off, we're not seeing.
Yeah, we saw the earlier we saw, but these latest ones I don't think we've seen.
Okay. Anyway, my bad. Do you guys see now my screen?
Yep.
So that was what I was saying with connecting the dots, the timeline, Babylon 4, end of story, present, rediscovering, the legal, the ultimate alliance, the dots. Then we have the story, we steward the land, create that infrastructure that we were piecing together before, and then we come into this world of unlimited possibilities. And then again to this slide. There is a, right now, my first intention is to being able to align those individual projects into one ecosystem. Because if that's happening, there is already a separate world running that doesn't necessarily need the old matrix at all anymore. So that's why it's time right now to put the heads together, the resources together, and to create that platform infrastructure. It's just an example. Order of the New Dawn, created by Brian Vecchio. It's just for the criminals, basically, to have a law system, so that they're not going into prison, so that they are going to rehabilitation center, and where people really taking care of people who have traumas, right? Because that's still a big issue to address. And then PL is protocol.love, is from my brother Ray, and it's a new social economic system, right? It goes beyond of how we actually engage with energy and money. It's a whole new future of you creating your own protocols of how you exchange with people, right? So that's something that will come next year in the future, when holochain is ready to be built. A network that is peer-to-peer. I call it the holistic approach of blockchain. The technologies out there, Solana, Cardano, Ethereum, because they're all close up similar. So for me, of course, everybody has uniquenesses and are advancing in technology, but right now it's more like tuning in who's ethically on the same page and actually wants to create that for the world, right? Like it's like who is taking now the lead to be holistic, right? Who takes health in as a front end, because that's what we want, right? Like we want to live long, being healthy, enjoy life, and and it's an honor, then, Maves, to have you on the call with spatial web and setting really the foundation and base tone on that understanding. Like your work inspired me and brought me to understand more deeper constructs of how that new web 3.0 could really work and look like. And now we see all over the place. It's booming. That's the technology innovation part. Holochain, spatial web is the future. And having kissed the ground with being in the front line as regenerating the planet as a movement. They have tomorrow an event in Austin, and they're doing amazing work with organic farmers and spreading awareness for people to you know, take care of the land. And now with DAO villages, what I just expressed, we kind of like covered the whole housing aspect with that. And Lightbody Love, the health and wellness brand, the movement where we are activating our light body for breathing, sound, and we are offering video courses and music libraries. That creates the ambiance, the way of living in our new world, right? That's where like this amazing artists, musicians, and facilitators are all coming together in place. Then we have with media and education, Viva Live TV. That's an application that people can download right now. They have over 200 channels, and they want to live stream information instantly to all channels, like the Massilian Network. And with OMNI, a new interface of rediscovering content that is just beyond what YouTube and Facebook and all the platforms are doing combined. This too, that's what I'm working on right now, is something that can change the way we just engage with content and look at content, right? It's the future of content discovery and content creation. Then the onboarding part, right? I'm working with the Union of Eagle and Condor, which is a Native American tribe and group, Phil Lane, who is very inspired about the crypto world. He's also backing Holochain and us and everything that we are doing with Native indigenous people all over the world, like praying for this change and shift into full sovereignty and, you know, freedom, where the eagle meets the condor. Right? It's a whole prophecy. And the Avizabi Church, it's a South American church from a shaman called Taita Juanito, and he got is a first church IRS approved to serve plant medicine in the US legally. And he's also giving religious exemptions. So I'm working on people who become member of that ecosystem, becomes part of that church, right? To have religious exemptions for anything. Maybe we would just need that temporarily, depending how the world is moving. But just understanding this, I know is a lot of information, and I will finish it right now because I'm already an hour. But I so appreciate you guys' time, and I want to give you guys the voice. Just wanted to show you those slides and those data. Actually, just data. I'm just sharing data, and then with that data, we can do something with it. Okay. So thank you very much. This can go on and on, where we can put our focus on, and yeah, this is what I would like to share with you guys. If you're interested and want to be part of course, just let me know. But I'm stopping now the sharing, and I want to invite now whoever feels comfortable to be the first one sharing. And yeah, really excited to hear you guys giving me some feedback, some ideas, or already someone wanting to contribute, however you guys are feeling. All right, thank you so much for listening. Yay.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, brother.
Hey, Mark. Dan Mapes here.
Hey, brother. How's it going?
Hey, a beautiful presentation. Really, really beautiful, comprehensive presentation. As you know, we've been working on the spatial web for a while, and part of the success of the spatial web was timing. We kind of waited till the right moment in 2017 when the technologies were converging, and then we began coding it so it would be ready in 2021. And here we are in 2021, and now it's rolling out. And I think what your presentation is really excellent timing. The platforms that are needed, the tokenization, the spatial web, Holochain, everything, all the pieces are kind of coalescing for 2022. And so now what you just presented, I think, becomes a real, not even difficult to achieve reality. So I think your timing is excellent. That this was a great presentation, just the right time. So great job.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, hearing that from you. I remember your meeting at the Cafe Gratitude, like very, very synchronistic and funny. And now,
Yeah, exactly.
now almost 2 years later, ready to rock and roll.
Ready to rock and roll. Definitely. Live long and prosper.
Thank you, brother. Michael?
Hey, how's it? I'm in South Africa. My friend Rachel gave me the link, so just kind of jumped on and seemed like you guys are basically doing what I've been working on as well. I'm a software developer, and it was really cool to see your presentation. My concept's called Unitree. It's basically it's agroforestry based eco token. It's short for Unity through trees, and idea is to pretty much do the same thing. And I've kind of built also a new type of one that you're working on. It's like a new type of collaboration social network to show people how they can work together better. A bit like the whole like mycelium network thing that you were kind of presenting in your presentation. Right. So I thought it'd be cool to seeing what you guys are doing. It feels very much like you guys are on the same wavelength. Yeah. So it'd be cool to do chat sometime and see, because I'd be keen to get involved in some way, collaborate in some way.
Totally. Just I'm putting my number down here, and you can call me, because I do. Yeah, we are putting now a crypto developer team together. Like we need a huge team. Like totally, brother. Like I want to know more. In exactly in which fields you are developing, and just organizing you with the right people, and just growing the team right together.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we can chat. I'll get in touch after, like soon. Awesome. Cool. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Who else raised their hand? Zen. Zen?
Yes.
So you raised.
I'm on. Yeah. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, great. So I had one question. What is the order of the new dawn? I don't believe you mentioned what that was.
Oh, the order of the new dawn is from Brian Vecchio, and it's like a law firm, I would say. But imagine it in a conscious, spiritual way, where the criminals that we don't even want to call criminals in the future, they are just getting through a different process, and they're basically they're raising money. They're crowdfund money for people who can't afford a lawyer, who have been done crime, right? And then giving them the opportunity to regenerate into a rehabilitation center.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's really great. And they're very, very advanced with that. Brother Ed.
Hey guys, thanks, Mark. That's very fascinating to me. I've always been looking at ways to collaborate in the corporate world. Like I created a corporation to contain investor capital and to act in the world. And it's just such a clumsy structure. Everybody, especially cultural creatives, they all want their own brand and their own thing, and we're also independent. And how do you get a higher level of collaboration? Because there's such power in cooperating as a team, as a group. And what you're presenting here has, I think, great potential to create a global network. There's a lot of questions in my mind. Like we know people who have land, and they're all scratching their heads, like, what do I do with this piece of land up in British Columbia that I inherited? Like how to, like that, okay, well, you have to network with people. You have to find, and this is a way to do that, really, and to go beyond networking, to engage and enroll people in this idea of partial ownership, or maybe working the property in exchange for tokens or whatever that may be. I do think, the legal, it's all hinges on having very solid lockdown legal, carefully vetted, maybe by even a third party vetting, like where they go, oh, wow, yeah, this is Loctite. Because, nobody wants to lose their land or, lose control of their land. And then it's like, well, who's going to be able to come live on this land without my permission or whatever, like that. It's got to all be figured out. But certainly, I mean, even a model where you take whatever, the 25% ownership and put it into tokens or something like that, I could see, a partial, I don't know. I think there's a lot of potential for this model, and I would love to, hang in there as an advisor or whatever, and see how I might be able to help. And of course, me, trying to connect everybody digitally through domes and metaverse and all of that. This plays right into that. And the idea of prototyping what you want to do with your land in the metaverse as a vision, and then making that real.
Yep.
And maybe selling tokens or even offering parcels of the land, for purchase or whatever it ends up being, I think is brilliant. And this has legs, and the idea of having this global network where, if you're doing workshops, a teacher or traveling, do whatever it is, that you can actually go to these different places physically, also, I think has a great potential for building a global community. So thank you for what you're doing here. And like I said, I'd love to participate.
Thank you, brother Ed. I appreciate that. You're very knowledgeable and wise, and having you as an advisor in that is totally helpful. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Brother Ru?
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Yeah, hey.
Can you see me? Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm with my friend Sylvester and Masha.
Hello.
Yeah. So, guys, actually, I would love to join this conversation. I got late to this conversation because there's 4 kids and it's just like a mess here. And I'm happy to be on this call. And what I want to say, I just want to. I heard something that is very relevant to something that's happening in my life now. I actually got 40 acres of land in Semi Valley. It's part of 300 acres. And actually, I have power to do anything I want. And we actually a nonprofit foundation that works with the Nelson Mandela Foundation. And we accumulate donations through the Nelson Mandela Foundation. So, and our nonprofit is for homeless veterans, that we have 4,000 of those in LA that are unhoused, and the plan of the government, they already moved them from the street to behind the fence, so people cannot see it anymore. It's hidden now. They're just hidden. But there are 4,000 veterans homeless just in LA. So, and we are building this transformative village, let's say, with everything. And we are going to have their cutting edge things, like we are going to have a Bufa church over there. We are going to practice 5-MeO-DMT, and we are going to use psychedelics and everything openly. Because it's an officially registered church, we can do it absolutely openly. And we already have the land, it's already ours. And on December 19th, I'm going to throw a huge event over there to just announce what's happening over there. Yeah. And actually, Mike, the owner of this land, he said like the first 2 million that you're going to fundraise, and we're going to fundraise it pretty soon, he is going to double it. So we're going to have first round $4 million. We already have the land. We don't have to pay for anything over there. And the land is just magical. You guys never saw something like that. It's just 20 minutes away from Hollywood, but it's at the top of the mountain. There is no neighbors. It looks like Joshua Tree, but in the mountains. Huge boulders, beautiful landscape. They film movies over there. the original movie Zorro was filmed there, and the house of Zorro is located over there. So it's quite huge project, and we will even have like a program for kids. And Maria is going to handle this part as a mother of 4 kids. She knows what to do about that, because she is not happy with the school. She doesn't want to have her kids wearing a mask and so on. So we're going to have like a huge project happening.
Beautiful, brother.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Send me just where it is. I'm just curious, and we're gonna definitely chat about it, because that's exactly what we were saying, that if you have a land and you have a vision for the land, it will be created in this platform, this online platform. People can buy already fractal ownership of that land virtually until it becomes fully developed, right?
mm-hmm.
And yeah, and we are sourcing funding into our system, right? And then from our system we can fund all those projects. So that's amazing.
Exactly.
Please.
Yeah. So, and the owner of this land, he actually have quite a few those properties across the country. So he want to scale it. And what I see on this project is very open-hearted people who really try to make a change. They have resources and they're here to share. Right. And I'm getting like all the permissions to do anything I see there. And I'm responsible there for any visual aspect of the nonprofit, and also for the events and for the spiritual, let's say, holistic center that we're going to build there. So I'm head of those 3 directions. So yeah.
Thank you so much, brother, for sharing. Thank you so
much. Absolutely. And everyone, I'm happy to connect with everyone. I will just leave my handle on Instagram in the chat. So if you want to connect with me later, you're welcome to. And I'm open to meet and discuss how we can be of service to each other. How can we support each other?
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Nana, you wanna share something?
Hello, everyone. Wow, this was just like a constant wave of synchronicity. And yeah, me too. Yeah, we too. I mean, this is a little shed here in the jungle, but it's actually filled with incredible people just giving a talk about a similar thing that Pablo was speaking about. I had to just message him because in Brazil, not far from his village, there was another person who created a water village. So it was a perfect synchronicity there. And all of this actually is. So I will not bore you with the similarities, but with what's been happening over here, which is a creation of a system of money, of interchangeable abundance. It's a circle of abundance, it's called. And I created this about 7 months ago, and it's actually growing to a point where we now have car manufacturers inside the system, just expanding it more and more and more. And the crossroads, like the way we are overlapping, is so profound and so amazing that I would love to offer this this kind of, right now it's at a $17 billion evaluation, this business structure, just to open it up and to see where our similarities are and just to work together on it. Because I think we are so powerful if we all come together. Like Mark is always saying, I completely agree with this, I sign it off. If we all come together, if we find this trust, I mean, we've all been screwed over by certain things, like certain people in our path, and we might have some sort of feeling like, oh, we are not sure if we should trust and open up. But if we can overcome this, like this is the personal work that we all have to do to really overcome this and to start opening up with the right people in this right space and really put this all together. I think this is a power that no Facebook or no Microsoft can do anything about. So yeah, excited.
Beautiful, Nana. Thank you so much. I love the power and the energy, fire. Beautiful. Yeah, does anyone else has any question or
I would also like to say something.
Arian? Yes.
Yes, yeah, I would also really love to connect. Actually, I'm a friend of Michael, and we used to work on a similar project called Civil X, who's also in Austin, and we developed an app to basically questify holistic eco-village projects. And we're still in the brainstorming, or not in the brainstorm, actually we have a beta of the app already. And we already have for the Solarpunk Summit, I'm in Germany, but we were connected to a map of Plan System. Do you know Plan System?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are working together with it, and they have they were somewhere sending the tickets, and people could find it. And we also have a wider vision of it. I'm an artist myself, and yeah, I would love to connect.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Collaborate on. Cool.
Thank you so much. Totally. I think I started a Telegram channel also, maybe for everyone, just called DAO Villages. And maybe we can also start, sending that.
Do you know Seeds?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm also an ambassador of Seeds, and we are also at this point where the vision is so clear and everyone seems to have the same puzzle piece of the vision. And I think now we are at the point what you said, that we should all work together, because otherwise we're at the point where we're competing and creating a win-lose situation. But I think it's so important to connect now and team up.
Exactly.
Yeah, I actually would love to totally agree with that. And I would say, guys, what happening in my life, to be honest, I just went to Burning Man, and after that, I just live in a flow. I just met everything I mentioned in the last 2 weeks, and it's just mind blowing, and it's just overwhelming. And I really need some support to throw this December event at the land. And we have all the resources, everything. We just need people who can very much commit to provide extremely amazing experience for our guests, the people who are going to invest. It's going to be preview day of this land. So everyone who is open to collaborate, I'm welcoming you guys to reach me out, and we have a lot of things to do, and we are super flexible, and we are super creative. We have on our team people who manage concerts for Madonna and throw events 200,000 people in Russia. So we have quite dope people on the team, but we just need some people who really can help with some other stuff like structure. So building a eco village, we need to partner with the company who will, let's say, donate those houses, and we will have this partnership, because when they donate, they totally can write it off from the taxes. It's basically they giving this money not to the government, but to the project that they support. So, and it's win-win-win situation. So I super much about collaboration, and I believe all us, if we unite, we can do way more than separately.
Beautiful. Exactly. Yes. So I would like for 1 or 2 person more to share, and then I'm gonna close up the call. I gotta go. But I send you guys the DAO Villages Telegram link, and I will share with you guys. Just a second. I'm plugging in here my computer, because it wouldn't be good to die now. Yeah. Anyway, if someone else wants to share, because then I have something at the end to share with you guys.
I'd like to share a couple things. First of all, thank you, Mark. This was incredible. I think we are always walking in this direction of weaving together the plans. And as Nana said, I just met Nana in Tulum. Coincidentally, I meet her in this chat room with other people, family, and I see that room with the synchronicity and allowing the synchronicity to happen in our lives, because it happens every day, every second. The lands which are right now, I feel there is a call to action to happen here, which is kind of optimize this meeting, have the points we have in this meeting, the lands already in a transcription, as well the projects which can be associated in parallel with that development, with the events and a timeline where we have exactly what is happening where, and we can give that energy for the projects, and so we can evolve them, right? But thank you everyone. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a blessed evening, and see you soon.
Thank you. Yeah, well, if somebody wants to jump in, just raise your hand again, or just unmute yourself. But where we are right now with what I shared, my perspective, the next move is to just create that, simply a web page, right, with a white paper, which is already, the white paper is already in development, but still needs, we need to work on the token model a little bit more on the way we distribute the contributions. But then actually, putting that together until January, and then start crowdfunding through an ICO. And there will be a ton of people, we'll put a lot of resources into this project. And that's why I see now more like as an opportunity for someone stepping in and being like a pre-seed funder, so that we can pay the team to create the platform. Even without that pre-seed funding, it will be still created, but that would help to create that website and finish the token model and white paper. Because once we get started with the crowdfund model in January, it's like a no-brainer. People will, it's just will ripple out. So I think right now, if we want to focus more on organizing, more like organizing our individual skill set, into the right place. That's, I think, where we are at, and really defining who wants to be fully, involved. But I see, I don't know if Farzan is still in the group, in the chat, but he was before.
So yeah, I would love to follow your Telegram channel if possible. Oh, you got it. Okay. So, and yeah, you got it.
Nice. Good. So yeah, I thank you so much for everybody showing up, listening. I will send the recording into the DAO Villages channel. Please feel free to send it out to your friends and network. Will feel aligned with that vision, so that we can just take the next steps that needs to get done. And the presentation that I shared with that eco cycle, where I was mentioning holochain, spatial web, and kiss the ground, and all of this stuff, like I will do a little closer call with some of the founders of that project to really get down of how the collaboration will look like, even on a legal paper. That's or whatever needs to happen, that everybody feels comfortable to be able to exchange fully their resources, right? That's why I was very, very inspired sharing that slide where all the pieces were shown how they fit together, because that, as soon as that's grounded also on paper, then it's like yeah, it's a powerful force for sure. So very, very excited to see how that is.
Mark, you might want to check your Telegram channel too. You might be full. Maybe there's a way of increasing your membership number.
Oh, really? Okay, thank you so much.
Mark,
and allow people to post.
And will you share this recording somewhere?
Yeah.
Mark?
Yes. I'm trying to just just figure out why I can't take in more than 8 subscribers. Well, some people joined then. I don't know why this is showing up. Let me just try to add you in. Does anyone else had a problem to jump in on the DAO villages? Telegram group.
Good. Looks like it might be okay now. Yeah,
Okay.
looks like it might be okay now. Looks
Okay.
like it's working now.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Good.
Before it was blocking. Now it's not.
Perfect. All right, then we have that covered. So thank you so much again. I will end the call. I will send the recording to each and one of you, and I'm looking forward to chat with you also more individually. And yeah, I totally have more directions that I will, or actions that I will take. With some specific ones of you in the call to just get more in depth of how that infrastructure will look like, you know, the involvements and all of that stuff. Okay, then other than that, thank you, and may this presentation and may our presence and connectivity ripple out to the world and allow them to receive that information with open heart so that we can collaborate united together for this now on until forever. So sending you my love and you guys.